everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing another suburban home. So this was actually supposed to be a winter inspired family home, and initially I did start out with that in mind, but the more and more I kind of built this house, the more I just felt it looked so much better in summer. So this is just another suburban build. So this is Sycamore Rise. It's a 4-bed, 3-bathroom build set on a 40 by 40 lot in Willow Creek, and it comes in at just less than 190,000 simoleons. So this isn't a restricted pack build, and it wasn't done to a budget, just kind of like a free-for-all. So like I say, this house was supposed to be kind of like a wintry style home, and I wanted to use lots of sort of warm tones. And with regards to the actual build, I wanted to build something that was a bit more of a manageable size. I didn't want to build something huge, but I didn't want to have it on a smaller lot either. So I picked this 40 by 30 lot in Willow Creek, which is actually one of my favourites, and it's one of the community lots. If you create a new game, it's kind of like down in the community section, and it's really beautiful and it's got some really lovely views as well. So I decided that this is where I was going to place it, and of course I was going to build it in the summertime just so I could see exactly what I was doing, and I went for a lot of sort of warm tones. Now I ended up sitting down the other night and I kind of had this whole theme in mind. I wanted to build sort of a medium-sized wintry style home, and I sat down at my computer. My husband was really busy, he was working late, so he was upstairs, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to do a really nice build. So I sat down, really focused on this build, and I managed to nail the entire exterior and even got on to doing some of the interior and the kitchen. And I was really, really chuffed, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go and chill out and watch a bit of Netflix before bed. So I kind of shut everything down, saved everything, and I thought I'll just have a little quick look through the actual clip that I'd done the footage. And lo and behold, 3 hours worth of footage was corrupt. I was absolutely livid. Just like, for goodness sakes. This is like the second time that this has happened to me in a week, and I actually use Streamlabs OBS to record, and I've always used Streamlabs ever since I was streaming over on Twitch, and it is fantastic to use if you're a streamer as well, and I've never actually had any problems with it. So, but up until now, that is. So I ended up uninstalling Streamlabs. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's like an issue with it or not. I don't know if it's my computer, which it shouldn't be. And I just decided to uninstall it and just go back to the original OBS, because I know that that works. I know that's a fair solid when it comes to recording. So yeah, I then went upstairs, had a good old moan to my husband about it. And then I thought, I can either leave it and just do it tomorrow, or I can just very quickly now redo it. So I ended up staying up till like, I think it was 1:30 in the morning, just redoing absolutely everything. I took a couple of screenshots from the initial build that I did, and I pretty much mirrored it. So all this footage here is me, you know, basically sort of copying everything that I did the first time round. So it looks like I did it a lot quicker, which obviously I did because I knew exactly where everything was going to be. And then when I finally finished the exterior, I kind of turned everything off, and then I thought, actually, I'll just do the kitchen, because if I do the kitchen, then that puts me exactly where I was earlier on this evening. So I got stuck into doing the kitchen, and sort of, I did things a little bit different with the kitchen than I did the first time round, and then realised that I didn't press record. So this has just been a bit of a nightmare of a build, but I really, really enjoyed it. It's not the build's fault. It's Streamlabs. But no, I don't actually really know what the issue was, but all I know is that since installing the original OBS, recording's been absolutely fine. So I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it, and probably record in smaller chunks rather than like one big long sit down session, just to make sure I don't lose that much. So the actual house itself isn't actually really that big. I mean, it's still 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, but it's sort of what I would class as a medium-sized house as far as the Sims goes. But the actual lot that I placed it on meant that I ended up with a lot more room around sort of the front and the back. It's like one of those long lots as opposed to the deeper ones. So there was quite a bit of space going all the way around the house, and I decided to do this kind of wrap around back garden. And as you can see over on the right hand side, we placed lots and lots of planters, which I don't think I included it in, but I did later on go and place sprinklers in each one of those boxes. And I just wanted to create a really nice garden area with a couple of activities to do, and then at the very back of the house, like a really nice seating area. And then I thought I will put in a little pool on the other side. So as I was kind of building all of this around the exterior of the house, I started to feel like it looked quite pretty in the summer. And I actually placed this house in my winter world, and it still looked beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I just, I really love the colours. I love the vibrance, especially the reds and things like that. And a lot of these plants at the front of the house that I'm placing at the moment in the wintry world were dead. So I thought, no, I'm actually just going to stick this in the summer world. And, it still looks really pretty in winter, but yeah. So with regards to activities and skill building items, as you can see, I added in loads and loads of planters. I also put in sort of like that cover, that glass cover over the top. I don't know its official name, I'm sorry. But, it's up to you whether you have them in or you don't have them in, or whether you kind of move them, because obviously then that gives your plants kind of like the sheltered aspect. But you can kind of play around with them anyway. It's entirely up to you. But I did that, and then I included kind of like a beekeeping box. We've got the pool area as well as the seating area, barbecues. There's quite a lot going on. So this week has kind of been one of those very up and down weeks. It's been filled with highs and lows. The highs are amazing. I had some brilliant news yesterday, which I can't wait to share with you guys. I can't reveal anything as yet, but it's not to do with me or the Sims or anything like that, but I'm just looking forward to sharing it. It was exciting news. I've had lots going on this week. It has been exciting. I've got stuck into doing all the renovation builds as well, and I'm really, really looking forward to those. That should actually be the next build that I do, which is a house renovation of one of your builds. So I'm just finishing that off at the moment, and I'm looking forward to getting that one up and getting started finally on that series. Lows wise, my daughter wasn't very well the other night, but she'd actually had one of those kind of flu sprays at school, and when she came home, she had a really bad headache, said she didn't feel very well, and she was laid down on the sofa, and then next minute she was sick and she wasn't feeling great, but she was all right after she'd been sick. She was absolutely fine, and the next morning she was great. So I thought it was to do with this little flu spray that they've had, like a kind of vaccination thing, but it's a spray up the nose. So it's not a vaccination, but yeah, anyway. But then today, literally mid kind of voiceover that I'm recording at the moment, I've just had a call from my eldest son's school, and he's been sick at school, which is not good. So he said that he felt a little bit sick this morning, but he thought it was because, it was before he'd had any breakfast and stuff that he wasn't feeling too good, but apparently at school he'd been sick. So I had to go and pick him up. So it looks like we may have some kind of sickness bug going on in the house, which is not good. But it just comes with the time of year, to be honest. It's normally around this time that, kids kind of bring stuff home from school, other kids are sick, and there's just not a lot you can do about it apart from just, make sure you've got a really nice clean home, everyone's washing their hands, all that kind of normal stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of a very mixed week, but I'm just about getting through it, and I'm looking forward to the end of it because my husband's off for a week off work, which I'm really excited for. It's always really nice when he has some downtime. He's working really, really hard at the moment, and he's doing a lot of extra work work as well, sort of in the build up to him taking some time off. So he's actually booked his holidays for Christmas as well, which I'm really excited for because he's got a lot of time off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of this week, I have to say. But just coming back to the build, I'm actually working on one of the reception rooms now. So I actually really love this reception room, and I always say I love particular rooms mainly when they feature the colour red. I really associate Christmas with the colour red and green and all those. I love those traditional type of colours when it comes to Christmas. I know there's so many different kind of baubles and decorations, from pinks to blues. You know, it's not traditional like it used to be years and years ago. I mean, it literally just used to be kind of like red, green and gold at Christmas, but I still love a typical kind of traditional tree, and I don't even know how we ended up on Christmas right now, but yeah, anyway. Coming back to the build, I really love those tones that we used in the living room. I just feel like they're really kind of warm, really cozy sort of tones. Actually, the second reception room, which I don't know, the floor plan in this build was a bit strange, and this is kind of one of the reception rooms that you sort of walk in and out of from the front and the back. I'm not entirely sure what I feel about this space, and I think it might have been better to make it, well, initially I was going to make it a bit more of an entrance way, maybe put some, you know, like a piano there or something like that. And then I thought, well, it's actually a really big space and there wasn't really a lot else I could have done with it. So I decided this is a big family home. It'd be nice to have like an extra reception room for the families to just sit down and chill. So in the downstairs of the build, we had 2 reception rooms, a study area, as well as a kitchen, kind of diner, and a downstairs bathroom. And in the upstairs of the build, we've got 4 bedrooms and 2 further bathrooms. Now, I think I included the footage for one of the bathrooms, but I literally repeat the rooms, the bathrooms with the same style. I feel like it fits the build to have the same sort of theme running through the bathrooms, and I build that many builds that I don't really pay too much attention to making them different, if I'm honest. But with regards to the actual bedrooms, I did a master bedroom. I also did, I think it was a single teen boys room, a single girls room, which I'm working on at the moment. And the last bedroom was, I think it was another single boy-child's room. Doesn't even make sense, boy child, you know what I mean. You simmers know what I mean. But my favourites have got to be the kids' rooms. Again, I just feel like we have so many really beautiful swatches and gorgeous colours and furniture, and whoever works on the kids' stuff in The Sims is kind of like, pretty, they've got it nailed, absolutely nailed, because the furniture and stuff is so beautiful, and I feel like you've got a really good amount of choice as well. So I can say that I will be gaining early access to the Sims 4 Get Famous as an EA game changer, and that will be kind of, I think, over next week, and then the actual official release date will be the 16th of November. I'm really looking forward to it, but I've got to admit I'm a bit nervous because I think a lot of game changers get a lot of negative feedback, because I think people are under the opinion that as a game changer you've got like a biased view, you're gonna say that it's amazing. I can tell you that I will give you my absolute honest opinion on anything. You don't get paid to be a game changer, nor do you get asked to only give it a positive review. So for anyone that wants to kind of like rip into any aspect of that, hold your breath. I'm an absolutely huge fan of The Sims, and I'm always very, very grateful for new content that we receive. And I've always said that after Seasons was released, as well as Pets, that anything else was going to be a bonus. So in all honesty, I can say beforehand that I'm going to be happy. I know we're getting a new world. I'm going to be really happy about that. But I'll give you an honest opinion, and I'll definitely go through as much of the pack as I can, and we can have a good nosy at it together. So I'm just finishing off this final room now, which is kind of like a little boys' room. And I have to say that this one and the little girls' room are probably my favourites in this build. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, it'd be awesome to have you on board. But have a fantastic rest of the week, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.